is used worldwide, such as for electricity generation, steel production, and cement manufacturing. Every time you turn on the light, watch your TV, or charge your phone, you're using coal. Why? Because thermal coal is used to power stations to generate electricity. Coal is used as an energy source in the cement industry as large amounts of energy are required to produce cement. Cement is critical to the building industry and is used in many different applications, such as home and office buildings, transportation, the transport or collection of water such as pipes and dams, agriculture, and the production of civil works such as roads, piers, and bridges. Globally, around 70% of steel produced relies on coal. Many of the goods and services we rely on in today's society are dependent on steel. Coal is used to produce steel. Like for example, you've got your family car with you, the spoon and fork you're using, and even the can of food for your pets. Coal is a combustible, black or brownish-black sedimentary organic rock, which is composed mainly of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. It is a fossil fuel and is far more plentiful than oil or gas. Not only does coal provide electricity, it is also an essential fuel for steel and cement production and other industrial activities.
It's hard to believe that nearly 40% of our country's electricity still comes from coal, a dirty, outdated energy source. Coal not only causes health problems, but it's also the main contributor to climate disruption. Just how bad is coal? In mountaintop removal mining, coal companies clear-cut forests and literally blow the tops off mountains to get the coal. This process dumps millions of tons of waste into our streams and poisons our drinking water. But mining coal is only the beginning. Burning coal generates smog, which can cause asthma attacks, chest pains, and breathing problems. In fact, 1 out of 10 children in the U.S. suffers from asthma, and it's the #1 reason kids miss school due to illness. The pollution from burning coal leads to 12,000 emergency room visits and more than $100 billion in health costs every year. Coal pollution also contains toxic mercury that damages the nervous system and is especially dangerous for babies and young children because it can cause developmental problems. Mercury rains down into our oceans, rivers, and lakes, contaminating our fish and seafood. And even after coal is burned, the waste that's left over is bad for our health. Each year, coal plants generate more than 140 million tons of toxic waste called coal ash that's stored in thousands of pits across the country. Enough toxic waste to fill more than 400,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools. Living near a toxic coal ash pit can be worse for kids' health than smoking a pack of cigarettes a day.
Coal-fired power plants are the largest human-caused source of sulfur dioxide, a pollutant gas that contributes to the production of acid rain, which harms crops, forests, and soils, and then acidifies. In this experiment, the vinegar represents the acid rain, the leaves represent living things like plants, and the eggshells represent buildings and monuments. Green leaves turn into brown and eggshells become softer. This implies that when living things are exposed to acid rain, it weakens the tree's natural defenses, making them more vulnerable to diseases. On the other hand, acid deposition has also caused deterioration of buildings and monuments. The acid rain can turn the calcium carbonate to calcium sulfate, making it crumble and be washed away. The team decided to go to Department of Energy and interview Mr. Benjamin Mortos, Senior Science Research Specialist of the Coal and Nuclear Management of DOE.
Have a total of 2 billion, 2.3 billion resource potential here in the Philippines. So when we speak of resource potential, it means it does not necessarily mean that it can be mined. Then in the Philippines we have lignite. So that is lignite, low quality. There's no market for lignite in the Philippines, but it can be mined. Then the subbituminous. Subbituminous, the calorific value extends from ranging from 7,000 to 8,000. Mining method is either open pit or underground. Okay, but the majority of coal mines in the Philippines is underground. There is only one operating open pit mining in the Philippines. That is Semirara Mining, located in Semirara Island, Antique. And it is the biggest local coal producer of coal. The biggest coal consumer is the power generation company. They consume about 12.7 million metric tons of coal, followed by cement, 3.3. Then the direct or indirect coal. Import coal from two countries, Indonesia and Australia. So you will notice that the Bogota Santiago, we used to import coal in China, and during that time, China is the biggest coal exporter in the world, and we got a lot of coal. The majority of our coal prior to 2002 is from China, but they stopped. For increase or further increase of coal demand in the Philippines to 2012 onwards. The power plants are the biggest coal consumers in the Philippines. These are the location of the coal-fired power plants in the Philippines using coal. So they use blended coal imported and those coal that are produced locally. Okay, this is because we want to have the best contractor to develop, to explore and develop the coal area. The system is now changed from direct negotiation to Philippine Energy Contracting Fund. That means we now bidded the coal to the best contractor. To declare a coal ensures that the coal producer to have their operation mitigate the SOx and NOx emission. That's why we have the clean coal technology. So they have to employ clean coal technology to mitigate the impact of the environmental impact of the utilization of coal, especially the emissions of SOx and NOx and other greenhouse gases.
Another disadvantage of coal is the solid waste. Wastes created by a typical coal plant includes more than 125,000 tons of ash and 193,000 of sludge from the smokestack rubber each year. Toxic substances in the waste, including mercury, arsenic, chromium, and cadmium, can contaminate drinking water supplies and damage vital human organs and the nervous system. On the other hand, coal has also its advantages, like for example, coal energy is very affordable due to its stable price. Coal energy is a renewable form of energy that can be used in many ways. Reliability is entailed and presented in this form of energy, and aside from its reliability, coal energy is also cheap unlike any other sources of energy. Many people here in the Philippines will think that coal is just used as an alternative heating material. But the truth is, coal can be used both in health and agriculture. A good example of this is the activated carbon that can be used to filter water and air pollution or dirt. Calaca Power Plant, located in Calaca, Batangas, south of Metro Manila, is a 600 megawatt plant composed of two 300 megawatt generating units. The Calaca Power Plant is fired by pulverized coal. Sad to say, in the past few years, the plant only ran at a dependable capacity of around 350 megawatts due to various and recurring mechanical problems. While touring around the location site, Barangay de Canlao, we had a chance to interview their barangay captain, Mr. Mario Secreto. He used to work in the Calaca coal power plant in the late 1980s and early 90s, following its privatization in 2004.
Yan parang porcelain yan, no? Nakakatigas na po yan. Ang sabi nila ay nung unang panahon ay yung kahoy, no? Na naimbak doon. So yung kahoy yun, na sa katagalan ng panahon, naging parang porcelain yun, napakatigas, no? So hindi ginagatong yan ng malalaki. So pulbus yan. So kapag kasi mainit, with hangin, no? Or naulanan, so nag-create ng combustion na susunog yung coal. Pero sa ngayon dahil nilagyan nila yan ng bubong, so wala ng combustion. So, kasi pag nagko-combustion, may usok yan. So may amoy. Pero ngayon, wala ng combustion yan. So meron. So kaya konti. Pero pag lagi naman may pollution, di naman nawawala yung pollution na yun.
The United States has become an international leader in reducing carbon pollution, largely because we are retiring coal plants and replacing them with clean, renewable energy nationwide. The amount of electricity America gets from wind and solar power has more than doubled in the past few years. Iowa and South Dakota are already getting more than 20% of their energy from wind power, and in 2012, 10 states got more than 10% of their energy from wind. Coal is making us sick, and it's time to make this toxic, outdated energy source history. Let's create a clean energy future for our country and for our kids.